All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ms. TV Total Football. Sorry we haven't been regular enough on this particular channel. We will try our best. I'll definitely try our best. Obviously, Taryn has been helping out massively in recent times. You would have seen last couple of videos we did, and Taryn was there. And we're here back again, talking about this time Man United. But before we do that, Taryn, my man, how you doing?
Yeah, good, good. I think the last video was a few weeks ago, but we're looking to get more consistent now. I think it's good because, yeah, it's not always good to talk about Chelsea. It's not good for your mental health, so we should try to divert away from Chelsea sometimes. So it's good.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Sometimes too much of Chelsea is probably a bit too much. But you know what? It's all right. Recently, I've been buzzing talking about Chelsea. Obviously, the new regime is looking good, but it's not about Chelsea at the moment. Taryn, we're going to talk about Man United. Man United, by the way, I don't know if you're aware, they lost yesterday to Dortmund 3
Oh, did
2.
they? No, okay.
Yet another loss in the preseason. But I think the one before that was Real Madrid, where they lost, and the one before that was Wrexham, but that was their youth team. Um,
Mm.
Before we get into the transfers that they've done, obviously Rasmus Højlund, I hope I've pronounced that right, is not confirmed as yet by Man United, but we've got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. So we already know Mason Mount already is playing for Man United. Andre Onana is playing for Man United. Højlund is going to be the next big one that they're going to announce. And there's obviously some rumors in regards to Sufyan Amrabat. That's the one that they're looking to get next up. However, there's some rumors and some tweets that were going around in Twitter yesterday that Sufyan Amrabat might be getting offers from Saudi Arabia as well. So Saudis could
Yeah.
hijack Man United, which is quite crazy. But before we talk about all of those transfers, Darren, how you feel about Man United, man, this season? I don't know how much you caught of them, little glimpses here and there in the preseason. But what's your overall feeling moving into the new season on Man United?
I think I'd say it was very good intentions from the board in terms of strengthening some key areas. David De Gea definitely his time is up at United. He's been there for over
Mm,
10 years, and when you've been there for that long, and some fans are still not liking the way you play and want you out, it's not a good sign. So
yeah.
healthy signing Onana is definitely an upgrade on De Gea. Mason Mount, for me, that wasn't really a good signing because I'm not sure if they really needed him desperately. With Bruno kind of definitely holding down that attacking midfield position,
Yeah.
Anthony, £100 million right wing on the left, on the right, sorry, and you have Rashford who starts every single game on the left. So
Mm.
unless you want to play Mount as an 8 with Bruno and Casemiro, which I don't think is literally zero ball retention. I don't really see a
It's all wise.
yeah, I don't see a way that could work. So Mason Mount for me was not the best signing. I think with Hoyland coming in, that's definitely interesting. But with 9 goals for 75 million pounds is not maybe the
Yeah.
best the best deal in the world.
I
But
mean,
like I said,
check
they
check
strengthened.
this out.
Mm,
Check this out, bro. As you said, 9 goals in the Serie A and
mm.
32 matches overall. 42 matches played last season, 16 goals, 7 assists. But let's really focus on the 9 goals because he was part in the Bundesliga as well.
Oh
What
right, okay.
Bundesliga is that?
Yes.
He must have. How did he play in the Bundesliga? That's pretty strange.
I
Might have.
I heard from someone that he got released in the Bundesliga, and he got released
Interesting.
and he got signed by Atalanta.
Yeah, I mean, 32 matches he did play for Atalanta there, 9 goals, 4 assists. He's a 20-year-old young striker. I think the price they are saying at the moment is 72 million. That's been slapped on his name. Um, yeah, like what do you have to say about that, man? I mean, I know let's get in on this on the whole transfer situation now. Mount, as you said, you don't think is a wise enough transaction. Andre Onana, for me as well, just like you, is the key one for me. That I think that is a bit of a game changer. They've gone from David De Gea, who was so error prone and was absolutely killing them when it came to build up. So now they've got themselves. I call Andre Onana somewhat of a register. Like he's got a really good ball playing ability. But he does have the bozo moment here and there every now and then. And then 72 million for a 20-year-old striker. Honestly, I didn't see too much of him, but there is a lot of hype. I mean, does this make them? Are they serious about next season? Are they going to be going for the title? You think they would have to, right?
The thing about United's strategy that we're seeing now is that they're trying to win now and kind of get trophies as soon as possible. With Hoyland, I mostly feel that 72 million is an investment for the next 7-8 years, like we kind of paid with Enzo and Mudrik. Like it
Mm.
wasn't, well, Enzo's a bit more current, but Mudrik was definitely not for the right now. Mudrik was kind of a potential signing. Like we know what he's going to do in the next 4 seasons. But with Højlund, you almost feel like United need a striker right now who's going to deliver, like a Harry Kane or like a Colin Muani, someone like that with a similar amount of price. Like with just 30 million more, they could have signed a Kane or a Colin Muani who scored 20 goals over 20 goals in the Bundesliga, who's got over 10 assists in the Bundesliga this season. So with Højlund, I know it's maybe not the most far-fetched. It's quite a far-fetched thing to say, but you also you have to feel like the Haaland comparisons have made his price like drive up a lot. Like a similar name to Haaland, he's a Scandinavian striker. He has a similar
blonde hair.
Yeah, serious. I'm not even like I seriously think that's what Atlanta have used to their advantage. Like a guy called Haaland has just scored 36 goals in the Prem. He has done crazy things for Dortmund, Salzburg, and now Man City. And I think, do you know what? We have a striker here who plays quite similar to him. He could be the next Haaland potentially. So we're going to drive his price up where he's probably worth around 30, 40 million right now to a striker that's now worth double the price just because of his name and his background. So I think it's a masterclass from Gasperini and from Atalanta. And you have to say United have fallen for yet another silly when
Jurgen United tax has been applied massively on
him. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Mason Mount for 65 million with 1 year on his contract. You've got Anthony for 100 million. Now you've got this. So it's not looking great, to be honest.
Yeah, and Andre Onana as well, just to go through all the price tags. Mason Mount over here, we can see 55 million. I think there's some add-ons as well. So overall, I think it was 60 million or something like that. But 55 million guaranteed, plus some add-ons, I think takes it to 60. Andre Onana, 47.2 million. Højlund, as we saw, 72 million. I mean... Darren, they say that Man United fans say that the Glazers, they don't spend money. Yeah, they're stingy. They never spend money. I mean, even on the particular transfer window where there's so much rumors about them selling their club to Qatari owners or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, whoever it may be, we still don't know. It's up in the air. I mean, Man United, they go about just being Man United, just overspending. And you're right. Like, I don't think Mason Mount makes a massive difference. I'm not too sure about Højlund, how much. I think they fell for it. I think Man United, they think that they've got the next Haaland, but I'm not going to be surprised if this guy actually comes out and becomes a bit of a flop. I've seen bits and pieces of Man United this preseason, and I have to say, Taryn, I'm not seeing the same Ten Hag like that we saw back in Ajax, the lovely tiki-taka football, lots of movement, lots of short passes, the give and goes and creating opportunities. This is sort of like, I think they're trying to be more in the likes of Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, more blockbuster, press from the front, try and win the ball and see if you can score, try and counter with a lot of pace. I don't know, man, Taryn. I'm not too worried about Man United for some reason. I feel like they're probably going to drop points here and there against some of the other teams, like your Brightons, like your Aston Villas. Like when they come across good teams that can play football, right? I think they might come undone. I mean, do you think any of these, besides Onana, which we agreed, right? I think that is a bit of a, solid upgrade. Besides him, do these transfers worry you that they could be something in the Premier League?
I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you know Mason Mount doesn't really worry you, to be honest. But in terms of I think Man United needed a number 8 to go next to Mason Mount's not really that number. Like a box-to-box dynamic number 8 who can let Casemiro just sit, dominate play, and just play it to him. Because they have Scott McTominay, who's not good enough. They had Freddie, wasn't good enough. They had a few other players in that role, like Van der Beek, who never really settled in. So the main signings I would have looked for was a goalkeeper, a striker, and a number 8. And Mason Mount was chased after for way too long for Man United. So, they needed, if they had a solid number 8.
Odd signing, huh? Such an odd signing, that Mason Mount. I mean,
understand. I think a Kovacic.
Erik Ten Hag, I think, liked him from Vitesse.
I don't see the logic in that. Like Amrabat or Kovacic maybe would have worked better for United. But in terms of next season, I think my credibility of them has dropped a lot. Like I thought from last season they could have finished maybe second, made an upgrade, but now I think it'll be a struggle for them to get top 4. Maybe like 4th place with Chelsea looking great. Liverpool have made great signings. Newcastle have made a few upgrades with Tonali here that we discussed a few weeks ago. So the competition is going to be crazy this season. So I predict them to finish 5th, to be honest.
Wow, man. And they got a lot of games. They got Champions League this season. So they're going to have to mix and match over there and work out their schedule. I'm with you as well, man. I'm not utterly worried about them. Yeah, you're right. Probably 5th. I mean, you look at a lot of people are already discrediting Man City, Taron. Few people are like, "Oh, they lost to Atletico Madrid in the friendly," and I'm like, "Dude, do not discredit Pep Guardiola and Man City. This is preseason for one team when it matters. Like you can say for us, we got to take preseason very seriously because we were 12th last season, so we have to do a lot better and come back into it. Chelsea Football Club, but with Man City, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled because they can turn it on anytime, any moment. So you got Man City up front. I tip them to be first again. Then you potentially have Liverpool. I think they're going to bounce back massively, along with Arsenal. You do think with the signings that they've made, they've got to be up there, or else Arteta's job's probably going to be on the line. Newcastle, as you said, will be in and around the group as well. We should be in and around the group as well. So you're probably right, Taron, man. 5th, 6th. I mean, if it does end up being like that, Taron, do you think Eric Ten Hag, that will not be acceptable at Man United after the investments they've made in a particular window that was presumably meant to be not a window where they spend a lot, which they have gone ahead and spent a lot, and they're still looking for a midfielder in the likes of Sufyan Amrabat?
Yeah, I think he'll probably be sacked if they finish 5th. To be fair, unless they win like a Carabao or an FA Cup or a good run in the UCL, I doubt he's going to stay on with. I feel like a few good managers could be free. I think Nagelsmann after sabbatical could be free next year, so he could be an option for them. That seems like a good culture match. We're just thrown straight in to do what he wants. No real youth development with Nagelsmann usually works. So there could be a few managers free next season. Yeah, I don't think Man United have a history since Sir Alex Ferguson of sticking with their managers. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, fair play, man. Just to wrap things up, Taron, if they do get Sufyan Amrabat, because that is the next big target, as per Fabrizio Romano has been saying, after all of this is done, which is now looks like it's done, they are now going to focus on Sufyan Amrabat. But Saudis are coming around. Look, I think Sufyan Amrabat, if it does end up being Saudis and Man United, unless he really, really wants the money, then he'll go to Saudis. But if not, if he wants to give himself an opportunity to, test himself and the highest order in European football, probably come to Man United. Taron, if they do end up getting Sufyan Amrabat, along with all of these other signings, midfield is a bit of an issue for a lot of people, for us as well. We need a midfielder. Caicedo, I don't know what's going on. And a lot of people have been shouting for Sufyan Amrabat to Chelsea if Caicedo doesn't work out for us to hijack. If they do get Sufyan Amrabat, Taron, do you think that is quality enough in itself for them to do some sort of damage this season, whether it's top 5 or whether winning a particular trophy, a domestic cup, or go very far in the Champions League? Do you think that kind of changes our outlook?
I think it makes a huge difference if they get a good number 8 and who can destroy both boxes next to Casemiro. I think it will take them literally 2-3 places higher than I would have predicted, to be honest. So Amrabat would have been. I'm a really big fan of Amrabat. I think he's great at the ball. I think he's
a good player,
very suited to the Prem. But if you're getting paid like 40 million euros a year in Saudi Arabian League, then why would you come to falling down Old Trafford? So it's his choice.
Falling down Old Trafford. I like that. Taron, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for your time. Before we go, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Comment and let me know what your thoughts are in regards to the signings that Man United have made so far, and potentially with Sufyan Amrabat. That's still up in the air. And what do you think their outlook is for the upcoming season? Where do you think they'll finish? What do you think they're going to do? What does the future of Erik ten Hag look like? And who, out of the transfers they've made, who do you think is going to impress the most for them? Make sure you follow Taron on Twitter. All the links are in the description. And also TikTok. Taron, before we let you go, bro, tell me about plug, bro. It's your time to plug. And tell me more about your TikTok, please.
Yeah, if you want to check out some other stuff I do like football interviews, and I recently did a few interviews with quite some big names at this charity event. So Viva Football just hit 100K the other day, so it'd be nice to get your support. Thank you.
Brilliant. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and we shall catch you guys soon, sometime very, very soon. Until next time, take care.